My name is Gene Pranger, former CEO and founder of Eugenius Technology. Eugenius Technology was developed to help financial institutions maintain face-to-face contact with their customers through live video interactive banking. Marketing communications is a complex issue, especially when you're dealing with business to business. The biggest issue that most firms end up facing is how to portray credibility of a product or a service directly to a target audience. So the result is that you only have one option. You have to have your clients speak on behalf of your product solution. These small, short, 3 to 6 minute type of videos are extraordinarily effective in getting a message out and portraying a client testimonial. Routinely, we would get phone calls or email communications, or people will say something in response to one of our sales reps calling up a potential financial institution. They would say, yes, I saw your most recent video. I want to learn a little bit more, or I want to present this to my board of directors, or I want to be able to show my boss. So the relative cost for shooting these videos over, whether you take 4 to 6 during the course of the year, you would find that it would be much more cost effective to do this, in my opinion, than running an extension of an advertising campaign either in print or direct marketing. The key to all marketing communications is frequency. You can't just go out and develop one video and one testimonial and one shot in the dark and saying this is going to solve all my problems. So you have to be able to bring out one product solution, and you need to follow up in 2 or 3 months with another, 2 or 3 months with a third, and you keep on going down this line. And if you do that, people start thinking that there's a tsunami of interest in this product solution. We were able to break through the clutter to the extent that in our category, there's some brand names that have been existing for 80 years, Diebold and NCR. Now when we go out, when we went out, I recently sold the company, when we went out, people would say 3 companies that were leading the charge for hardware and software solutions in this space. It was Diebold, NCR, and Eugenius. And so we were able to create a brand presence and get ourselves in the top tier of international companies, even though we were very small in comparison to the other 2 in a very short period of time. We started broadcasting the message that these videos were out there, but so did other clients. The pass along that you can achieve through the internet is a remarkable thing about how you can create a whole new dynamic in marketing communications. Everybody talks about social media, but the pass along in these types of events outside of social media even is really very significant. One of the success stories of developing relationships with different people is finding people that I would consider that has an eye. The way that I describe that, and I mean a physical eye, meaning is that they'll be able to look at something and artistically be able to interpret the best way of presenting that message. But in addition to that, be able to understand why the message is being delivered. There's not a lot of people, to be honest with you, that have the skill and the eye. And what I found in ProCreative is the ability to combine those 2 unique skills together, so that when we hired them, my expectation was that you just kind of don't know what you're getting, first of all. But I was so pleasantly surprised that they chose to understand our situation and chose to present our message in a compelling way. It's always good when I hear back from one of the competitors what they think about our marketing solutions. The director of marketing communications at Diebold came up to me and said, you know something? I really enjoyed those videos that you guys did. Well, I'm happy that she enjoyed them, but it shows that the impact that you can have if you have the ability to make sure you have consistency in your messaging, as well as having the ability to make sure that you have this testimonial on the part of your clients making the case for you. The quality of content is key, but if someone isn't talented when they're sitting in the editing room and be able to combine all the elements together in order to tell your story impactfully, you can lose the entire story. And so that's one thing I think that ProCreative brought to the table, was their ability to see with their eye from an editing and storytelling perspective how to make sure that message is going to be brought forward in the most compelling and attractive way to potential prospects. I would recommend ProCreative to other businesses. We have different projects in mind for a number of different businesses that I'm pursuing and developing currently, that we plan to use ProCreative as being our primary videography creative talents that we will choose to use in the future. I would highly recommend that businesses use ProCreative, not just because they have the skill base, but because of that eye that I was talking about earlier. That's really what I think helps differentiate ProCreative from other firms. You may find it in other firms, but you can be guaranteed that you'll have that at ProCreative.